Honey, what happened this morning? Why are you and Layla constantly arguing and fighting with each other? Can't you just grow up and listen to her?
Dad, you know it's not my problem. Every time I go to the bathroom, Layla knocks on the door and makes me go outside so she can use the bathroom. I don't know if she intentionally or unintentionally messed with me.
Come on, she never does that on purpose. Layla told me you were in the bathroom forever and wouldn't come out, so she had to knock on the door. After all, this house is not yours alone. It's selfish to do that, Jessica.
Is going to pee selfish? Or is it selfish to have a skincare routine? Those are the basic needs of a human. I can't believe you're taking her side.
No, I'm not defending anyone. I'm just giving you advice so you can be more considerate, Jessica.
Dad, you're clearly favoring Layla. What about Layla putting meat in my salad 2 days ago?
Then what's wrong? She just wants you to eat well, right? Don't take it so seriously.
But Mark, I'm a vegetarian. Layla also frequently uses my cosmetics without permission. Even though I allow her to use them, what about when she accidentally knocks them over, leaving a mess behind and not bothering to clean it up or throw away the broken items? I come home at night, step on the shattered bottles, and end up bleeding. So who is the problem here?
Look, I know you and Layla aren't particularly fond of each other.
Yeah.
But at least try to get along. You two are both important to me.
I can't believe you're saying this to me. I have been nothing but nice to her since she moved in. She's the one with the problem, not me.
This is very important to me. Please, just try to work through your differences.
Wait, Dad, why are you having this conversation with me? I'm your daughter. I mean, she's not even your wife.
Well, that's the thing I want to talk about with you today. I'm going to propose.
No, don't tell me you're actually proposing to her.
Yeah, honey, why not? She loves me, and I love her too.
No, Dad. Layla doesn't love you. This is unbelievable.
Of course she does.
Dad, I swear there's something off with her. You know that I have good instincts. You should trust me. You know who I am, right?
I know what you do for a living. I understand that you're trying to protect your old man, but there's nothing to be worried about here.
Dad, I'm not just trying to protect you. I'm stating a fact. She's taking advantage of you.
What? Jessica, are you kidding? I'm a balding, overweight 50-year-old with a blue-collar job and a crappy old apartment. What could she possibly want to get out of me?
Hello? I mean, the one thing money can't buy. A green card.
Hey, watch your mouth. Never say that out loud in front of Layla. If she heard that, she would feel sad and hurt.
I'm being serious. I mean, once she gets that green card, she'll be gone. I promise you.
I just want her to be a part of this family. Plus, I'm not asking you for permission. I was just letting you know.
Dad, you're completely blinded by whatever illusion Layla has created. She's using you to secure her own future in this country. Can't you see that?
Watch your language. Don't speak about her like that in front of Layla.
I'm dead serious, Dad. Once she gets her hand on that green card, she'll vanish from our lives. You've only been dating Layla for 3 months. How do you make sure she really loves you?
I need her by my side, Jessica. I want her to feel loved and accepted here. You know, ever since the day Layla entered my life, I've always felt a sense of cheerfulness and happiness. My world has been filled with joy and positivity. Layla is the woman I love the most, and it's proof that love transcends any racial differences.
Dad, you're so naive. She's manipulating you, toying with your emotions, all for the sole purpose of obtaining that green card.
You have no evidence of that. You are making unfounded accusations based on your own biases.
Dad, please open your eyes. Look at how she treats me, how she disrespects her home. She has no regard for her family or our values. She's only using you as a means to an end.
I won't tolerate you speaking ill of Layla any longer. She's brought joy and happiness into our lives. You're just being jealous and resentful.
Jealous? Resentful? Dad, I love you and I'm only trying to protect you. But if you choose to ignore the truth, then go ahead and ruin your own life. But don't expect me to stand idly by and watch it happen.
I can't believe you're acting this way. I thought you would support my happiness. But if you can't accept Layla as part of this family, maybe you need to reconsider your own place here.
Dad, please don't let Layla come between us. I'm begging you to see the truth before it's too late.
My mind is made up, Jessica. Layla is staying, and if you can't accept that, then maybe it's time you find a place of your own.
Fine, Dad. If that's what you want, then I'll make my own way. But mark my words, Layla will reveal her true intentions, and you'll regret the day you ever let her into our lives. Jessica, are you trying to ruin my life? What on earth are you talking about, Layla? I've already apologized and explained everything. I didn't walk into the living room on purpose when my dad was proposing to you. It was a complete accident. Who would believe such a nonsense reason? You conveniently chose today to stay at home instead of going to school. If that's the case, then it's only logical to assume that you stayed home on purpose to sabotage Mark's proposal to me. Seriously, Layla? I've been on a week-long break from university. And maybe if you bother to pay attention, you would know that. Or maybe you're conveniently absent whenever my dad goes to work, so you're completely oblivious to anything happening in my life. Oh, don't try to divert the story in a different direction. Your actions spoke for themselves. If you didn't do it on purpose, why did you walk into the room and laugh at me like that? You clearly did it intentionally to ruin our special moment. Are you even listening to me? I was wearing headphones and engrossed in my phone. If it wasn't for you calling me back, I would have walked straight through the room without any idea of what was happening. And let's not forget, I had no clue that this proposal was going to take place today. Don't exaggerate the situation. I'm not exaggerating anything. I saw what I saw, and it's obvious to me what your true intentions were. Fine, if that's what you want to believe. But let's not forget that I live in this house too. I have every right to move around freely. I had to pass through the living room to meet my friends. How else was I supposed to get downstairs? Should I have jumped out of a 5th floor window? Don't act like you're the center of the universe. Maybe that's exactly the problem. You've become the source of constant trouble. If you were out of the picture, your dad and I would have a much more peaceful and happier life. Excuse me? Do you understand anything? Maybe it's time for you to move out and live independently. After all, you're 19 years old, right? Are you planning to leech off your father forever? What, so you want me to move out? You're not my mother, so you have no right to kick me out of the house like that. My dad would never agree to such a ridiculous demand coming from a stranger like you. Oh, naive girl. Now that I'm your stepmother, things are going to change. And let me be clear, if your dad wants me to accept his marriage proposal, he'll have to make the choice to get you out of our lives. Care to guess what decision he made? That's impossible. Are you making up stories? My dad would never choose you over me. I am his flesh and blood. It's truly a shame that you can't accept reality. It appears you're not as important to Mark as you believe. Go ahead, ask your dad if what I'm saying is true. I don't think you'll like the answer. So hurry back here to pack up your belongings and collect your things. I need your room to expand my wardrobe. Indeed. Dad, Layla just texted me and fabricated a story about you kicking me out of the house because you agreed to her ridiculous terms for marrying her. That's utterly absurd, isn't it? I know for certain that you would never do such a thing to me.
Oh, honey, I was planning to discuss this with you when you returned home. But I didn't expect you to find out so soon. Actually, I'm sorry to say that what Layla said is true. But we shouldn't use the phrase kick out, right? I simply believe it's time for you to move out and embark on an independent life. It's for your own good.
Are you seriously considering her words? You're actually taking her side in this? How can you prioritize her over your own daughter?
Jessica, please try to understand that it's not about favoring Layla. She believes it's crucial for you to gain independence and experience life on your own. And, well, she thinks our relationship would be stronger if you weren't living with us.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. When did you start placing Layla's wishes before mine? I thought you always valued our family and our bond.
I still value our family, but Layla believes this is the best decision for everyone involved. She thinks it's time for you to spread your wings and grow as an individual, and I think now is the right time.
What? How can this be true? I can't believe you would choose her over your own daughter.
I don't want to have to choose between anyone.
Then why did you? Why don't you stand up for yourself?
I'm sorry, you're 19 now. Maybe she has a point, and it's for the best. Besides, you're a girl. Sooner or later, you're going to get married and leave me alone in this rundown old house. But Layla is different. She'll always be by my side, keeping me company and taking care of me until the last day of my life. All things considered, I have to choose Layla.
When Mom passed away, you promised that I could stay here as long as I wanted. And when you started dating Layla, you said she would never come between us and that family always comes first. I mean, what happened? I can't believe you're willing to sacrifice our family love to please that fake, delusional love.
Not this again, Jessica. Layla is a good person, and I care deeply about her. It's not about sacrificing our relationship, Jessica. Layla simply wants what she believes is best for us. Can't you try to see things from her perspective?
No, I won't accept this. It's evident to me that Layla is manipulating you and turning you against me for just a green card. I can't believe you're falling for it. Our family should always come first, not her selfish desires.
Jessica, if you keep talking like this, you're going to turn into a racist. Not all Asians marry Americans for a green card. Some do it out of genuine love. I understand that you're a journalist and are exposed to a lot of negative information. But there are good and bad people everywhere.
No, Dad, I want you to remember that this has nothing to do with race or ethnicity. I even have a lot of Asian friends. It's just Layla's actions, gestures, and words that make me very suspicious. Doesn't she always talk about wanting to be here forever with you and often wish she has a green card? She hinted at it almost every day. Many times I heard her talking to a man in the bathroom, and they called each other honey. And I just can't let you do something that I am sure can make you regret.
Stop making up stories. Why can't you just be happy for me? Can't you see that she brings joy into my life?
Happy for you? How can I be happy when you're willing to sacrifice our bond for someone who's manipulating you? Layla doesn't care about you. She only cares about what she can get from this marriage, and you're too blind to see it.
That's enough, Jessica. Layla is a good person, and she's made me feel loved in ways you can't understand. I won't stand here and listen to you disrespect her.
Disrespect her? I'm trying to protect you. Can't you see that she's using you? She's pushing me away because she knows I can see through her lies. You're making a huge mistake, Dad, and you're letting her control your decisions.
I won't entertain this conversation any longer, Jessica. Layla and I are getting married, and that's final. I wish you could be supportive and accept that. Even if you don't, please stay away from us and don't try to sabotage my happiness.
I can't support something that I know in my heart is wrong. But mark my words, Dad. One day you'll realize the truth about Layla, and it'll be too late. I just hope that when the day comes, I'll still be here to pick up the pieces and help you rebuild what she has shattered. Hey! Is Mark with you? I've been trying to reach him through calls and messages, but he hasn't responded. Our wedding is tomorrow, and there are still so many preparations left. Where the hell is he? Oh, I don't think you need to worry about the wedding tomorrow. In fact, it has been called off. And by the way, you'll have to return to your country soon. What on earth are you talking about? What did you say to Mark? Did you say something foolish to him? Give the phone to Mark right now. My dad doesn't want to talk to you anymore. He needs time to recover from the shock and emotional distress that you have caused him. So I suggest you leave my house and stop preying on innocent men to fulfill your selfish agenda. I don't understand what you're saying at all. I love Mark and just want to marry him. But you are always the one standing in the way of our happiness. Grow up and accept the fact that your father won't always be by your side to protect you. Oh, please. You're nothing but a fraud. You've been deceiving everyone from the beginning. I've revealed everything to Mark, and he knows the truth about you. What are you blabbering about? I find it hard to comprehend. I know that your intention to marry my dad is just a scheme to obtain a green card. Huh? That's just your biased opinion, and you have no evidence to support your claims. It's unfortunate that I have to inform you that I do have evidence right here. Do you remember a month ago when I stopped by to pick up some mail that I forgot to change the address for after moving out? What does that have to do with baselessly accusing me? I'll just say it once more for clarity. I'm not making baseless accusations. I have undeniable evidence right here. Among the stack of letters, 2 caught my attention. One from a law firm, and the other from your home country, presumably by your family. Since my dad seemed oblivious to your deceitful tales, I took it upon myself to investigate on his behalf. After all, he deserves a genuine stepmother, not a fraud like you. What? Did you steal my mail? That's illegal! I'll report this to the police. Go ahead and call the police. Saves me the trouble. If I hadn't intervened, I wonder how much further you would have manipulated my father. In the letter from the law firm, I discovered your discussions about obtaining a green card, the minimum marriage duration required for a divorce, and the procedures to bring your family from your country to here. Your intentions have been exposed. So what if I did? I have every right to bring my parents here and take care of them. You have no say in this matter. So how do you explain that you're still involved with another man? That man you're always talking to in the bathroom. Bathroom? Did you follow me all the way to the bathroom? He's just a friend of mine. But why do I have to explain myself to you? Remember, I'm your stepmother, so show some respect and manners. Do you really think that your father would leave me because of your baseless accusations? You should also remember that I had your father kick you out of the house once. I can make you disappear from his life forever. Oh, just a friend? Friends don't call each other sweetheart. Do you think you can manipulate my dad's emotions once again? Well, my father also noticed that you frequently retreat to the bathroom to answer calls. And after I warned him about it, he overheard one of those conversations. And what does that prove? I simply watch movies in the bathroom. Is there a rule against watching movies in the bathroom? You keep coming up with ridiculous excuses. Mark isn't the only one you've been using. You've been secretly seeing another man behind my dad's back all this time. But what will you do now that the man you've been spending time with is right here? And he's already told me and Mark everything. He mentioned that he met you within the Asian community in the US. And you know that he's a company director with money to buy you expensive things. But he can't give you a green card, so you only pursued a relationship with my dad for it. How did you find that man? I ran into him downstairs in the apartment building. He was inquiring about you from the building security, and I overheard your name. As soon as I heard his voice, I realized he's the man you've been talking to all this time. And he spilled the beans. He also mentioned that when he learned about your intention to marry my father, he wanted to confront you, but you kept avoiding him. So he decided to come to my father's house. Are you sure you didn't hire him to harm me? It's because you hate me, and you don't want me to be your stepmother. That's why you hired a man, fabricated these stories, and made Mark lose trust in me, right? You're truly malicious. Oh, please. I'm not like you, making up everything like that. And it gets even worse. You weren't just lying about him. You also have a family back in your home country. Huh? Are you serious? Luckily, I'm a journalist. And I once had contact with a journalist friend in your country, along with the city where your family resides. So I asked that friend to gather information about your family because you never seem to disclose anything about them. The truth truly shocked me when she sent me the information that you're married and have 2 children in your hometown. And you're still not divorced. Are you still planning to marry my father? You truly have no shame. This can't be happening. You must have fabricated all of this. Mark wouldn't betray me like this. Face the reality, Layla. Your web of lies is crumbling. Mark knows the truth, and he's not blind to your deception anymore. You can deny it all you want, but the evidence speaks for itself. No, I won't accept this. Mark loves me, and we're going to be together no matter what obstacles you throw our way. It's over, Layla. The wedding is off, and you'll have to face the consequences of your actions. My dad deserves better than someone like you. It's time for you to leave and never come back. Fine, you're right. I came here to find a better life and provide for my family. Your dad may not have a lot of money. So I sought a man who could buy me expensive things and help me obtain a green card by being with your dad. What did you expect me to do? Your dad was fortunate that I even considered being with him. He's just an old, bald, and foolish man. Don't you dare speak about my father like that. My dad is the most amazing person I know, and if you had any decency, you would see that too. Oh, please. Your dad is nothing more than a pathetic, desperate fool. I used him for my own gain because he was weak and vulnerable. He was so blinded by his infatuation for me that he couldn't see through my lies. And now that everything is falling apart, you want to defend him? He's just a naive old man who thought he could find love with someone like me. How dare you say such things about my dad? You're nothing but a heartless, manipulative monster. You played with his emotions, took advantage of his kindness, and now you're trying to blame him for your own deceitful actions. Well, guess what? We see through your facade now, and you won't get away with it. You're the one who should be ashamed of yourself. Oh, it's not a big deal to me at all. If your dad doesn't marry me, I'll just find another weak old man to marry and get a green card. Frankly, I never had any genuine interest in this marriage from the beginning. I highly doubt that'll happen. I've already reported your case to the consulate of your country. They will soon be working with you, ensuring your deportation and banning you from re-entering the country. You little snake! How dare you ruin my dreams and try to destroy everything I've worked for? This is all your fault! You couldn't stand to see someone happy, so you schemed and plotted against me. Don't you dare put the blame on me. You brought this upon yourself with your lies and manipulation. I won't let you exploit my dad or anyone else for your selfish gain. You deserve every bit of consequence that's coming your way. You think you're so righteous, don't you? Well, let me tell you something. Life isn't fair, and sometimes you have to do what it takes to survive. I was just trying to secure a better future for myself and my family. Secure a better future? Is that what you call deceiving an innocent man, toying with his emotions, and using him as a means to an end? Your actions were heartless and cruel. There are countless ways to improve your life without resorting to manipulation and deceit. You have no idea what I've been through. You've had it easy your whole life, never having to struggle for anything. I did what I had to escape poverty and provide for my family. If you had an ounce of empathy, you'd understand. Empathy? I have empathy for those who deserve it. But you, Layla, have shown nothing but a callous disregard for the feelings and well-being of others. You may have had a difficult past, but that doesn't excuse your actions. There are no justifications for hurting innocent people. As Layla's true intentions were revealed and her deceit exposed, the consequences of her actions took a toll on her life. With her fraudulent schemes brought to light, Layla faced legal repercussions and was subjected to investigations for immigration fraud and manipulation. The authorities swiftly took action, revoking her visa and banning her from entering the country. Layla's dreams of securing a green card and exploiting vulnerable individuals crumbled before her eyes. She was left to face the consequences of her actions, isolated and without the means to continue her deceptive ways. Meanwhile, Mark and I managed to rebuild our relationship and find solace in each other's love and support. Mark realized the depth of my concerns and the manipulations of Layla. He apologized to me for not seeing the truth earlier and promised always to prioritize their family bond. As time passed, Mark regained his confidence and learned to be more cautious in his relationships, vowing to prioritize the well-being of his family above all else. Mark found happiness in his career and dedicated himself to being the best father he could be for me. I pursued my dreams as a journalist, using my experiences to shed light on issues of manipulation and fraud. In the end, justice prevailed, and Mark and I found peace and happiness. We moved forward, leaving behind the tumultuous chapter that Layla had brought into our lives. Our story became a testament to the power of resilience, love, and the unwavering strength of a family united.